All right, looks like we're getting some people in here. And without further ado, today we have StepApp as our guest and Media is their product manager, if I'm not mistaken. Could you please give us a brief introduction about yourself, your role at the project, and then we continue with the questions we picked from the Twitter. And after that, we will open up the chat for live ones, so you guys will be able to ask your questions. The whole thing should be about an hour for those who are unfamiliar with our format.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hear you nice and
Yeah.
clean.
Nice. How are you today?
Doing good, doing good. Super busy season. We are transitioning into a pretty decent bullish market, I believe, and projects becoming more active and active. So I bet everyone who is working in a space, just as we do, have hands very full.
Yeah. Nice. Nice to hear. Busy as always. Yep. So you told me to introduce myself and the step app,
Yes,
right?
could you please give us a few words about your role at the project, maybe some few words about StepApp, what it is, what you guys do, just to kind of briefly introduce the project to the audience and yourself as well.
Yeah, sure. My name is Mitya. I'm the head of product or the CPO of the step app and the step ecosystem. So Step is the whole ecosystem of different products like the Step app itself and Launchpad and StepEX and StepBridge and like much more. But obviously, the main product of the Step ecosystem is the Step app itself. So basically, it's an app that combines fitness, finance, and some type of entertainment. I would like to call it like this. So like initially we were considered as a move to earn app, but maybe 6 months after or 1 year after, we made the transition towards like the fitness and entertainment. So it's not like about gambling. It's more about like fitness and how to spend time in the app with pleasure. But it's much better to check it yourself. So I just suggest like to all guys who may be interested in the project, just go to the step.app and you can like download. It's completely free. So
Awesome, awesome. Love to hear that. Always like to see the projects that complete themselves and not just one thing, but the entire ecosystem. That kind of brings us to our first official question from the audience. In what way does StepApp distinguish itself from other fitness applications currently available in the market? And how does it stand out in terms of user experience and value proposition?
yeah, so I'll try to answer this question not within 1 hour, but shorter. Like the first difference is basically the whole ecosystem approach. So ecosystem is not just a word. It basically means that you have more utility for your token. So the whole app and the whole ecosystem is more stable. So it's beneficial to users because they can like spend their tokens in different products. And on top of that, the price for the token is stable, and everyone wants to have the stable price for the token. Secondly, like our project is more than like is approximately 2 years old, uh, which can be considered like an old project in the crypto market, but it depends on what project to compare. Uh, we were maybe the most successful launch in 2021. We were number two token on Binance. Oh, not on Binance, on OKX in terms of volume. So like Bitcoin, then FeedFi, and then Ethereum. And like we had 60,000 stakers, if I'm not mistaken. Our main ambassador was Usain Bolt, like the fastest man in the world. So basically, we made the most successful launch not only in fitness but like in all other projects. So it may distinguish us. And it's like 2 years after we maintained our reputation, which is also really crucial for crypto because a lot of projects, especially when we talk about move to earn projects, they failed to succeed in the long run, and we're here. So really proud of this. Also, the whole like token utility is completely different because if you want to like take almost any move turn project or like any like fitness, basically there are no fitness like big fitness apps in crypto only move to earn, which can be partially considered as fitness, but whatever. Like usually the utility token, it's inflationary, so the price always goes down. Like you can take the most famous example with StepApp and the JST token. And our token is not only stable, it's like going up, which is pretty unusual for the inflationary token. And our users love this because when they buy different assets like sneakers or headsets, they know that at least it can be considered as a stable coin. But if you're gonna like check the charts, like for the last maybe 7 or 8 months, like the price goes up or stable. So pretty unusual for the fitness project because we're trying to reward like our users. So it's not about just giving some tokens to our users, because if the token costs zero, it basically means that it's pretty useless. So our goal is to hold the price for the token, and our ecosystem with a lot of like difficult stuff on the back end, so we can control the price by features, by different manipulations, but the main goal is to make the users happy and the price stable. So yeah, I guess these are the three main differences.
This is awesome. Yeah, I love to see the projects that kind of emerge during, you know, not the best, not the best times in crypto, like year and a half ago, the market was pretty dead comparing to what it is even now, or at least hindsight. And it's awesome to hear that you guys kind of building and expanding on the offering, not just being a move to earn projects like we've seen around and they just kind of come and go. And I think the general public kind of used to having, like, we're not going to name any names, right? But the projects, they kind of get in, now they pump the value, now the next day they're not worth anything anymore. So it's definitely great to see that you guys bringing something different in a space and kind of planning for the long run rather than for the short term kind of gains, ins and outs. And having Usain Bolt on as your ambassador is huge. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Continuing on with the question, this one is more related towards the app, the project itself, and kind of goes more in line within the theme of our AMA today, which was the NFT and the current state of NFTs, which is related to StepApp, of course. All right, how much would the in-app gear cost? Would it be possible to upgrade this gear? What are some of the potential benefits and advantages of purchasing and upgrading this gear? Also, can you walk us through the procedures on how users can purchase this gear?
Yeah, pretty long question. So regarding the last part, I really suggest you to try the app itself, and we have a help center. So if you may find like the app difficult, you can always go to the help center and find all the articles and like contact our support. So they definitely will help you. Regarding the first part of the question, like what's the price, like the cheapest price? Now let's start like this. Like we have the gear in the app. So basically by gear, we mean some type of digital asset that helps you to earn more while you walk, or you're doing some other exercises. Like in our app, you can do like push-ups, sit-ups, like any type of physical activity. So we have different types of gear, like the headset or the sneaker, like the main assets, or watches. And in the nearest future, we'll introduce more types of gear. But the cheapest one, like the headset, costs approximately $6, which is pretty cheap. And like the price for the sneak right now, for the cheapest sneak, I mean, is approximately maybe $40, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not pretty much, like if we talk about an NFT market. Obviously, we have a lot of sneaks that cost more than $1,000, $2,000. It's not about the price. If you asked about why do you need to upgrade it, it's pretty simple. Like the game is pretty complicated and deep in a good way. So if you want to earn more, you can upgrade your sneak like from level 1 to level 30. Also, you can buy different types of boosters, like different games, and also you have a lot of levels for these games. So basically, you can spend a lot of time to upgrade your sneak, and then you can buy like another sneak. So the more you upgrade your sneak, the more sneaks you buy, the more you can earn in the long run. So this will be my short answer.
That answer was pretty comprehensive, though. No, it is great to hear that you guys have very minimal barriers to entry because I remember year and a half or so ago when the move to earn was kind of a new trend in the market. We've seen a very large barriers to entry, and in order to participate, you would have to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in order to just to
Yeah,
get in and buy the cheapest gear, so to speak, right? And it's great to see that you can come in with a very short budget, kind of play around, see how things work, see if that the project is right for you, learn about it by doing it, and the barrier is minimal. This is definitely a right approach, especially right continuing the question that you guys aiming for the long term. That's definitely great to hear. All
yeah.
right, that kind of bring yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I can also give you some insight about the app. Like, I guess I've never told this on AMA. So when we decided to launch the headsets, our cheapest asset, we had some hypothesis about the price. Like maybe the sneaks are too expensive. So we need to introduce some cheap assets. But after the release, we understood that it's not about the price because 98% of our users who had a sneak, like they bought the headsets. So like the correlation is almost to 100%. And we almost have zero people who just have headsets. So if the user, like if the new user is buying the headset, like the probability is 98% that he gonna buy the sneak. So it's not about the price, it's basically about the value. If you feel the value, you are ready to spend more money. If you don't feel the value, you won't spend even like $5.
This is great. This is great to hear, and it's awesome that you're kind of retaining the users, but adding the value is not diminishing, the value is increasing, which is great to hear. And it kind of brings us to the next question about the FitFi token itself. I read that staking the FitFi token in the StepApp ecosystem differs completely from the traditional staking method. So can you talk more about the staking as well as its potential benefits? What items are available in the loot box earned by staking FitFi token?
Yeah, so like for now, staking is not our main priority, but staking was pretty popular in the beginning of the project. I remember we had 15 million registrations for staking, and like after we deleted some bots, we had more than 1 million, and like 60,000 of them decided to stake like some amount of money that is different from zero. So staking was pretty popular, and people were expected to get some sneakers, like the most valuable assets in the game. And the first sneakers, they are called uh, Genesis sneaks. Yeah. So they're like the most one of the most expensive sneaks in the game. So it was pretty good move in the beginning, but right now we are thinking how we can improve the staking system because obviously some people are getting the usual APR on staking, but it's not the most attractive point. Like also we have the loot boxes, so people can get different assets for staking. For example, they can get an bonus energy, which basically is an equivalent for getting some money. Because if you have more energy, you can spend more time walking, which basically means that you can earn more. Or you can get the sneak in the box, which is just which can cost more than your staking. But we have some great plans for staking in the future. I'm not sure when we're gonna introduce it, but we want to assimilate the staking more with the app. So we have some ideas how we can uh, connect these two realities. Like if you stake more, you're gonna get more advantages in the game. Like we have subscriptions right now in the app. So if you have a subscription, you can have different benefits in the app. So we want to do something like this with the staking program. or also we want to influence the allocation system for our launchpad and make it also related to the staking. But it's just like some small details. I don't want to talk about this too much. No spoilers.
Yeah, no, this is great. You just kind of building utility on top of utility, making sure the asset stays relevant within the app. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of different, gamification aspects with this, which is also incentivizing users, to stake more, to use it more, which is also great, a great approach in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's continue on with the question. Next one is a bit more about elaboration on the FeedFi token. Within the StepApp ecosystem, what role does FeedFi token play, and how do users utilize these tokens for various purposes, such as leveling up shoes, repairing, purchasing potions?
Yeah, like it's pretty boring question, but I'll try to explain it fast. So we have two types of tokens in our ecosystem. Like the first one is FeedFi, which is the governance token. So basically, it's used in staking and also it's used in some game operations. Like if you want to speed up the chest that you received after you're running, uh, or also like all our stakers, they usually participate in voting where they can decide what we're gonna do with all the commissions from the game, because we are not selling the FeedFi in order to get the revenue. So we are just like holding all the FeedFis, and maybe twice a year our users, our stakers, they decide like they want to burn this amount or they want uh, to receive it as like an additional incentive for staking. And the second token is our utility token, which is called KCAL. So basically, it's used in almost all operations in the app. And your first gear should be bought within KCAL, and also you get rewarded with KCAL. So it's like closed ecosystem, and this way we can easily stabilize the price. That's why it's a pretty simple but pretty cool solution, because like initially like StepApp, they also had two tokens, but you could buy like the first gear with any token. That's why it's pretty like difficult to stabilize, and they failed. So yeah, like two types of tokens. And obviously we have our own blockchain, like the Step network, and FeedFi is also used as a gas fee in this network.
Awesome, awesome. Hearing some true DAO properties, making users to govern what should happen with the tokens. Should they be distributed? Should they be burned? Which is great. Always like when projects keep it true DeFi and true DAO type of nature. It's definitely what we need more in the space.
Yeah, exactly. And every time people are voting for burn this amount, because they understand then that burning as an event is more profitable than just receive this amount of FeedFi and sell it on the exchange. Because narrative and news are more important in crypto than actual amount of money, and users understand this.
Yeah, this is great. All right, let's continue on with the questions. How does the app motivate and encourage users to stay active and engaged in their fitness routine? Are there any social features within the app that allow users to share their progress or achievements?
Uh, yeah, so two different questions. Like the first one, uh, apart from all other fitness apps, we have additional motivation, which is called money, obviously, because you can make a simple comparison with a fitness gym. Like you pay for your uh, like monthly. For example, you can pay uh, every month for like general admission to the fitness, and like the best scenario is that you can get your six pack for money. But like in our case, you can get not only the six pack, but you can also get your money back. So it's like 100% cash back, which is pretty good motivation for people. If we talk about social features, right now we like you can invite friends to the app and get different bonuses. You can check you can earn from your friends. So if they are active users, you can also get some percentage of their earnings, which is pretty cool. And also we have some leaderboards. Runner in your district, for example. But we are planning to introduce much more social features, because we understand that fitness is a pretty social stuff, because it's always difficult to find motivation to be fit. That's why money is a good one, and like your friends and all the social perspective is also important. So yeah, you're definitely gonna see more social features in the future.
Awesome. And so you said there's different activities, and you said there's leaderboards for, your local or global. So you
Yeah.
have a separate leaderboard for every activity present within the app, right? Or is it
No.
kind of just one that collects the data from various activities?
Yeah, it's right now our leaderboard is more about the walking stuff, like and running. Also, we have AI workouts, which are like our newest, coolest feature. So basically, you can just exercise in the app and puts the camera in front of you. So our AI coach gonna give you different advices, like try to push up lower or higher, and then you can get a score, like how did you perform, like good or not good. And we have some analytics, but it's individual analytics. After all the tests, we're gonna make a dashboard with all this workout analytics. But for now, all the dashboard is only about the walking stuff. So
This
yeah.
is great. This is very interesting. The AI workout and the kind of all intertwines together with the aspects of the Web3. It's definitely interesting to see, and I think the AI, it just brings a lot of utility when it comes to things like coaching, right? Because people always, like me myself, I do a lot of things wrong when I work out myself, and I have my therapist, my physiotherapist telling me what I'm doing wrong, but I have to visit the actual person every every once in a while. But it's great to see that you can just have the AI help you with that, and also and keep the people entertained.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The next question is more related towards the general theme of our AMA today, which is NFT. What do you think is the best and most effective marketing strategy to maintain and enhance the value of NFT?
mm, I guess that the answer uh, lies in the question, because if you can provide the value, you don't need marketing. Like, you need marketing if it's difficult to prove the value, but if you can easily prove it, and like the value may be, for example, in monetary incentive, because like people have different meme tokens, and so they got pumped like for 10,000% because of this, and people know that the next meme token can easily do like 100 or 1,000 access, which is like not the utility, not quite the utility, but it can be considered. But a lot of other NFTs that are related, for example, not only to art but to like real estate projects, or like to different physical assets that are more like that, it's much more easier to explain to users like why this NFT has cool value. So these projects have the best marketing. So it's all about the value, like in the question.
Yeah, no, this makes a lot of sense. And you said when it's related to the something actual, something physical, it is much more easier for at least the average user to kind of get a value on a tangible asset, right? If it's a building and it's an NFT, just an example, it's obviously in the eyes of a person, it's tangible. You can see, you can touch it, you can kind of apply value to it. But when it's something so ephemeral, like like just the JPEGs that we used to have during the kind of NFT hype a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But they were costing a lot of money, and the value of them was just it would only worth something as someone willing to pay for it because it didn't bring any value aside from that pretty much.
Yeah, it's all about the trend. It was an NFT trend. Also, it was like the bull market, and a lot of marketing for like old NFTs. For example, like community building marketing, like all this gleams and galaxy and like different drops for the NFTs. So like people were just building communities for the next meme coin, and like the price for the meme coin can be more than one Ethereum, for example. So why not? Different NFT collections, like for example, the apes that are most popular, and after the apes, I saw maybe like 100 different apes variation, not from the like bike themselves, but from different people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the trends these days. Let's continue with the questions on the NFT sort of theme. Let's assume that in 2024, NFT will be widely used for educational purposes. What new forms of learning and research could emerge as a result?
Can you please repeat it? Like I heard about the education and
Yeah, let's assume that in 2024, which is this year, NFT will be widely used for educational purposes. So, what new forms of learning and research could emerge as the result?
mm, I've never thought of NFTs like the form of learning, but if I'm gonna think right now, maybe it's more about stuff like right now it's pretty popular. It's called like digital identity, and for the last year you may saw different projects, even like the ID projects from the Binance, which is more about identity. Like the also like the project from the Telegram team, also about the identity. So the topic of identity is pretty popular now, and NFT can also be considered as some type of identity. So maybe in the future, like when you go to school or to college, you're gonna have some identity in form of the NFT, and all your grades can be uh, uh, depicted in the NFT. And for example, if you have only A plus, you can have the diamond NFT, and you have like C, you can have like the bronze NFT, and you can like flex your NFT within your mates. It will be pretty cool.
Right. No,
I
this is definitely an interesting thought. But yeah, I like how the NFT is kind of evolving. If you remember, Buterin's SBTs, soulbound tokens, which is kind of bringing to the identity, which basically an NFT that could not be ever transferred. So it could be, an ID that is you know, not relying on the government, but relying on the
Yeah,
blockchain and stored in the blockchain without any centralized entity like your local government with your passport, but rather than that you have your SBT, which is an NFT that is not transferable essentially. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of use, and I think, as you said, the NFTs could be something that incentivize the learning process, just as it incentivizes people to work out, like we see in StepApp, right?
yeah, maybe like in every school or college, you can get some unified, standardized NFT for good marks. And when you graduate the college, for example, you may have like 50 NFTs. So if you want to apply to Google, you need like 60 NFTs. So you cannot be like, you cannot go to Google. Maybe like
Yeah,
I
no,
never thought about this.
there's definitely a lot of potential use cases, and yeah, I think the current problem of why we don't see more, blockchain technology implemented within mainstream sort of, whether it's mainstream, schooling, whether it's mainstream media or just anything mainstream, it's just the lack of education, and people still they still just not familiar. They don't know what it is. They don't trust it. I think we still have to do a lot of work as the crypto industry collectively to educate the general public and make sure kind of onboard them and adopt. And I think we're doing better at this right now. But then we do have some bad agents that kind of badmouth the NFT, the crypto in general, like we've seen with several, big institutional facilities failing and basically scamming people out of, billions of dollars. All right.
Yeah.
There's one more question about the NFTs in general, and we will open up the chat for the live questions to take. Do you think NFTs still worth in 2024?
Pretty strange question. Like, if the question is about the price, yeah, obviously there is a price for any NFT. If the question is about perspective, I think that also yes, because for example, we can take some old collections like bikes or punks or like goblins, like any collection from 2021. Obviously, the price now is lower, but I believe in the new all-time high for all the old collections. So it's just about the cycle of crypto. Like in 2021, it was a bull market. Now it's like the bear market, and we're just doing this transition to the bull market. But the technology side of this question, it's not deniable that right now the technologies are more advanced than in 2021. So like all NFTs in 2021, they were about the art. Like you just like buy the picture, and also you can speculate on the price. Right now you can find like 10 times more different ways how you can utilize like how you can find the utility in the NFT, and every month you're gonna find even more and more and more. For example, like I live in Bali right now, and there are a lot of different companies who are connecting NFT and real estate. So you can just like invest in a real estate in the form of NFT. So you don't have to like find like a new object, like new apartment yourself. You don't need like $400,000. You can just like buy a small part of this investment project, like which can cost like 10 millions, but you can buy just a small part for $10,000 in form of the NFT. So like this way, NFT provides the real utility. Also, it guarantees the participation in this project. So this is just like one of the examples that I see right now for the NFT. Obviously, there are much more. Like let's take the gaming part of the NFT. Like right now, crypto gaming is not pretty popular because big institutions are still afraid to go into the whole like Web3 story. Like only like 2 months ago or 1 month ago, it was about the Bitcoin ETFs, but not like 1 year ago. So let's take gaming giants like Rockstars or EA or Blizzard. I know that they all created sub companies that are right now developing Web3 games, like AAA games. So I guess that maybe next year we're gonna see some like first AAA games like the GTA, but with crypto and NFT. So just imagine that you have 10,000 types of clothes in like GTA 5, but you cannot buy these clothes for crypto. Just imagine a game like GTA, but integrated into your wallet, so you can like buy characters, improve them, and also you can earn from playing GTA. So it's not about like move to earn games or like play to earn, like for example Axie Infinity, which is pretty basic. Just imagine playing GTA or like Need for Speed or like other games for money. So yeah, I guess like in the nearest future, the utility of NFT will be like 10 times more. So the value obviously will be 10 times more.
Yep, this is definitely great to hear, and definitely you're right about the big companies being afraid, kind of hopping on board. But that kind of circles us back to the question of mass adoption, and people aren't being ready, and your average, consumer, average video game consumer is not necessarily ready to be involved in the crypto world, in the wallet, in the blockchain, because it is still a new technology. And for those who are saying we are not early, we are still very early. We just getting some adoption finally in the last couple of years, and I hope we will have less bad agents as we did. And yeah, it will be absolutely great to see projects like GTA, but with the Web3 technology onboarded, and see how this will kind of evolve and see what kind of value it will bring. And of course, we're talking about anything, whether it's any asset, token, coin, or NFT. It has to have a use case. Without a use case, it will not be used essentially, right? You have to bring utility, you have to have a use case for that. And all right, looks like we're done with the prep big questions. Let's get some questions from the live audience. Feel free to take as many as you want, media. Let's start with someone who has been here for a while. I think this person has been here for a while. Victor, adding you as a speaker. Yeah, Victor, you're at it now. You have to unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, go on.
Yeah, thank you. My question is, what are the main StepApp feature and benefits of the and how does facilities staking, super staking, and delegation?
Uh, could you please repeat? It's pretty hard to.
Yeah. What are the main StepApp feature and benefits of the and how does it facilities staking, super staking, and delegation?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't understand the question. Some question about the features, and then I didn't hear.
Yeah. What are the main feature, step up and benefits, and how does facilities stacking and super stacking and delegation?
Okay, so like I caught the first part about the main feature. Like, if you did you ask about like what is the main feature of the step app?
Yeah.
Okay, so like initially we were a simple move turn app. So basically, maybe our main feature is just like walking or running, but because we still consider it to be a game, we have like a huge market with different digital assets and improving system. So it's not only about like walking and running, it's more important like what is your asset that you take with you for a run, because it's more about the assets, it's not about running. But right now, after the release of the AI workouts, and also we're planning to do more fitness features in the near future, I can call that AI workouts are more important here. So yeah, but about the second question, sorry, I still didn't understand.
Yeah. Thank you. I have one more question. Can I ask? Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
I
go
have
on, go
one.
on.
Yeah. Thank you. My question is, what is your upcoming update, development, and plan? How do you generate income? What is your revenue model?
Okay, so like about the updates, I don't want to spoiler it right now, but like I told before, it will be more about the fitness. So more fitness updates and more social updates. Also, we're gonna introduce a new gaming mod related to the AR, because AR can be the next trend in 2024. So we definitely want to play on this market. Regarding the earning system, like I'll try to explain it. We have subscriptions, so basically it's just real dollars that we receive from Apple and Google Store. Also, we have some like rewards from marketing, and obviously like the token itself. Like you can check our tokenomics; it's open, so different revenue streams.
Awesome. Thank you for your questions, Victor.
Thank you very much. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
All right, let's take a couple more. Let me know, Mita, how many more you can take. We still have
Yeah,
some
yeah,
time going on.
yeah. Still have.
Um, Fabian, adding you as a speaker. Fabian, you can speak now. You have to unmute yourself though. There's a little microphone icon on the left.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. So I have a question. So in your app, do you have any peer-to-peer transaction so we can sell or buy in the game directly from person to person without marketplace? Do you have any peer-to-peer transaction in your app?
Yeah, like right now, just imagine the market tab in the app. So we have three sub tabs in this tab. Like the first one is called sales. Basically, it's about the assets that we as a StepApp are like selling to our customers, like our users. Like the second tab is called trade, and this is an open market where users are trading with other users. So like we are just taking some small fee from trading, but this is the part where people can trade with each other. And the last but not the least, it's our most recent update. It's called the KCal Marketplace. So this is an additional utility for our tokens. So if you earn some KCal from your running experience or training experience, you can go to our partners' websites and buy different stuff like clothes, for example, or vitamins. And we are like soon we will announce one of the most maybe the biggest partnerships ever. It's related to like one of the biggest clothing brands in the world. So you all know this, but I cannot tell it right now. Even right now, you can find some partnership with brands like Acer and Asus and Lego, like a lot of partnerships. But the biggest will be announced next week, or maybe like 2 weeks from now. So yeah, answering your question, we have this step where people can trade with each other. We're just taking the commission. We don't call it P2P. We call it just the usual NFT market, like an OpenSea, but it's within the app.
Understand. Thanks for detailed information.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Fabian, for your question. This is great. You're giving us a lot of insider information about the project. Sounds very exciting and looks like you guys have a big year planned ahead of you.
Yeah, sure. I'm always trying to spill some insight on every AMA.
Yeah, this is awesome, and we will be posting recap on YouTube afterwards, so the community and members of the community who missed will be able to catch up and hear the insights for themselves. All right, let's take some more. Let me know how many more you want to take or when you want to stop. There's still people raising their hands. Jack Malner, adding you as a speaker. Jack, you can speak now. You have to unmute yourself. There's a little microphone icon on the left side, Jack. Looks like Jack cannot figure it out because, but to be honest, to be frank, this app is still pretty buggy, even Even they had what Spaces out for 2 years now. They still
Yeah.
always something always goes wrong. All right, there's another person. DMC, I think you're the speaker. DMC, you can speak now. You have to do the same operation as everybody else. Is the click little microphone on the left side of your cell phone or device, whatever you're using.
Am I audible?
Yay!
Okay.
Yes, you
My,
can speak now. We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
my question is, do you have an ambassador program?
Sorry,
Yeah.
could you repeat it?
Yeah, I heard the question. It was about ambassador program. So you can go to the StepApp and read about our ambassador program. So you can also participate in our affiliate program. So there are different conditions. Like as an ambassador, like we can reward you for attracting new users. Like it can be new installs, or it can be like people who are depositing or people who are buying sneaks. Or like as our affiliate or an ordinary user, you can attract your friends to the game, and so you can earn the percentage of their like daily earnings. So two different types, but you can read this on the website.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question, DMC. All right, looks like we've done it. Thank you, media. That was a very interesting, very comprehensive session about StepApp. And thank you for a lot of insight. Quite frankly, it's really nice to hear that you guys have a lot planned for this upcoming year. And yeah, everyone out here, just go to their, if you have any more questions left, just go to their website, download their application, go to their Telegram chat, feel free to ask questions there. And of course, keep an eye out for the recap. We'll be posting it shortly.
Yep. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for listening, and download the app and try it yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, media. Let's give the man a round of applause. Well deserved.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.